So here when we talk on the next question, then consider the following statements regarding the moderates and extremists in the Indian national movement. The moderates relied on petitions, resolutions and constitutional agitations, while the extremists promoted boycott, passive resistance and Swadeshi. Okay, so the moderates, yes, they were focusing on the 3 Ps, that is petition, prayer, propaganda and memoranda, whereas extremists, they were extra constitutional, so they focused on strikes, protest, boycott, passive resistance. So the first statement is correct. Moderates confined their movement largely to the educated middle class, whereas extremists sought mass mobilization, including peasants, students and women. Because the moderates felt that only, because the moderates, they are going to feel that only the particular, only the particular elite or the politically educated people, they should participate in the movements, whereas the common people should not be brought up. That was the idea. But here the extremists believed in the opposite level. The extremists believed that even the common people could participate there. Okay, so the second one is also correct. Then the moderates, they strongly emphasized cultural revivalism using Hindu mythology and festivals, while extremists discouraged cultural symbolism and politics. So this is opposite. Moderates believed this, extremists believe this. Okay, which of the following statements are correct? Only two. That is 1 and 2, whereas the third one, it is going to be incorrect. Okay, so third one, it is incorrect. Now, when we talk on the next one, that is consider the following events. Establishment of the Public Service Commission in 1886, expansion of the legislative councils, okay, expansion of the legislative councils through the Indian Councils Act 1892, recognition of the Indian participation in administration through the House of Commons Resolution 1893, and criticisms of British economic policies by the Welby Commission of 1895. How many of the above can be regarded as the achievements of the moderates? Okay, so what do we know on the moderates? That the moderate time period, it was generally from the 1885, okay, till 1905. So anything that was done during this point of time, it was the achievement of the moderate. Okay, so establishment of Public Service Commission when 1886, because the moderates pressurized it, only then it would have been done, right? If the moderates wouldn't have pressurized it, it wouldn't have been done. Expansion of legislative councils in 1892 because of the moderates. The moderates, they had given the tagline of no representation without taxation. Sorry, no taxation without representation. So here, because of that, the force was created on the Britishers. Then recognition of Indian participation in administration through the House of Commons Resolution, this was done. Then criticism of British economic policies by the Welby Commission, again in 1895. So this was also done. So all of the four, because they were done in this time period, which was dominated by the moderates, so that is why we can say that here the answer is going to be all four. Okay, so the answer, it is going to be all the four. That is what we can understand here. All right, that is what we can understand here. All right, so